All right, I think we're live here on the YouTube channel. Really throwing me off, guys. I obviously have been podcasting since 2012 on the app Spreaker. Well, actually, it started with Blog Talk and then went into Spreaker. So you can never see me, and I can move my hands and make weird faces and get crazy and be animated. And I was always protected not having a video on me, not having a camera on me, because I feel like I can just kind of be crazy, be myself, and not be so insecure. But knowing now that you can see me talking, I feel insecure. I feel nervous. I feel scared because when I podcast, I go really deep places, and I go places that are very dark, very animated, very emotional, and I feel like I'm probably looking probably kind of scary at times, to be honest with you. Either crying or just all the emotions that you can now see. So, and I know there's so many YouTube videos of me out there lifting, and you can see it obviously everywhere. But when you're on the radio since 2012 for what? I'm bad at math. About 20 years now. And then all of a sudden someone gets you on TV, if you will, and sticks a camera in front of you like right now. It's Gladiator Weightlifting League. Hey, Greg Doucette, come on, baby. It's a little nerve-wracking. So I'm going to give it my best. This is the first weightlifting talk on the channel here. This is where they're going to all be from now on. They're not going to be on Spreaker anymore. So you can chat with me here on YouTube. I can see you. I like the new look and feel. John, cool. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a nice backdrop I have here. Sorry, it's not the best technology, but we're doing our best. And look at this. I can see the views and the chat. This is really nice. So this is the first show, so bear with me. Let's get to it. So February 8th, the team camp has been booked, and this is the first announcement for it. So team, come on in and let's go over this. It's going to be at Peak Performance. The gym is called Peak Performance. The owner, Frank, who is on the team, obviously, Frank and his lovely wife, Nora. In the gym is where me and Donnie Schenkel did the seminar together about a month and a half ago. And it is in Greendale, Wisconsin, February 8th. So go ahead and fly in Friday, and we're going to have the training day Saturday and then Sunday morning, and then people can take off Sunday after that first session. So there will be a training session Friday night. We're going to go out to dinner, and then from 8 a.m. till about 7 o'clock p.m., we're going to train all day. It's not a seminar. There's going to be very, very little coaching. I will go over some coaching, some technique. I want to do some drills, talk programming, but it's mostly just a full day of training. And so I look forward to coaching all of my athletes at the team camp. And as you can see with the date, it's also preparation for the Arnold. Okay, so it's a team camp to train hard, get strong, but also a great Arnold prep, because the Arnold's February 27th. Going through March 4th. So you can I can say anything. I can market it as a team camp. I can market it as team camp training for the Arnold. No matter how you want to spin it, we're going to get strong. That's what we're going to get. And we're going to train all day. We're going to eat, train, take a nap, train, eat. It's going to be awesome. Shout out to Frank. Shout out to Nora. My wife Jessica is going to put it up on the website either tonight or tomorrow, just so you can sign up through the website. It's $30 for anybody attending who is Team Attitude Nation, and that $30 is going to Frank and Nora to just kick them some cash for the gym. Some energy drinks or some food, or for the cost of shutting the gym down for the whole weekend, all that good stuff. So I think everyone is definitely on board with kicking $30 to Frank and Nora for the team camp. If you're not on the team and you want to attend this training camp in Wisconsin, February 8th, it's $100. That's it. So we're going to put that on the website in the next day or two, where you can go to doweightlifting.com, my website, and sign up. So if you're looking forward to that, let's get it rocking. February 8th, Frank, Nora, thank you, and I look forward to crushing it. Chat board, we have Greg on here. Already said hi to Greg. Love you, sweetie. My lovely wife. I love you, honey. Good to see you here on the chat. That's awesome. And we have somebody, hey, Huck T. Flat. Hey, John. What's going on, Huck? Good to see you. Thanks for listening live. Let's talk about the first topic I want to get to now that announcement's done, is the window for training. We all have that window that we must utilize to the best of our ability, and we must maximize that window. Okay, so my window when I train is early. It's 5 a.m. I wake up at about 4:30. I get up. The first thing I do is I go to the fridge. I grab a C4, and I chug it. I chug about half my C4. I then take a scoop of my bum pre-workout, my C-bum, the 6-time physique champion, which, by the way, I really do love that pre-workout. It's really good. I purchased it about a month ago, and it's no C4, but I'd give it the second place title. So C-bum pre-workout if you're looking for a new pre-workout. But I go to the fridge, I hit that ice-cold C4 because I got to have that carbonation on the throat. I'll take a scoop of my C-bum, and then I have all of my clothes laid out the night before. I got my gym bag ready, shoes ready, my clothes all laid out and folded, keys, wallet, cell phones charged, my hat, or if I'm going to put my hair up in a not a man bun, guys, it's a warrior bun. There you go. My Samson bun. Tie my hair up, but everything's already laid out the night before. So again, we're utilizing this window. I don't have much time. Okay. Now you could say, well, why so early? Well, I'm daddy daycare here, and I have my 18-month-old son, and there's no gym in all of this area. Oregon is very different. That takes kids under 3 years old, which is shocking because in Oregon, all the kids clubs will take 6 months and up. So if they had a kids club around here at 24, or Fitness Connection or Lifetime or any commercial gym with good weightlifting equipment, I would utilize that, put my son Levi in kids club and train. So, but because I'm daddy daycare while working from home and coaching, I can't utilize the gym during the day. Now you could say, well, what happens once my wife Jessica gets home from teaching? That's family time. It's family time, and I think there's a lot of people understanding what I'm saying right now. And I know I'm podcasting right now. This is unusual. I'm usually going to start doing this back during the day here, but being for the first show and Jess is helping me out, that's why I'm doing it tonight. But usually I'm not going to be doing the weightlifting talk this late. But it's kids sports, it's dinner, it's just spending time with the family, watching a family movie, getting ready for bed, all of the things, going on a walk with the dogs. So I can't train during the day. I'm not going to train at night because of my family. So I have this window. Now you can relate to me, right, listener, right, weightlifter? What is your window? And I think for a weightlifter, that is like the number one thing that you have to figure out before you even buy your weightlifting shoes, before you even go train for the first day. What is my window? Now, if you have multiple options for a window, and they might change throughout the week, that's fantastic. But maybe you're like me, you got one window Monday through Friday, and you must utilize it. But you got to figure that out. You got to figure out the schedule of weightlifting. That is key, okay? It's more important than the damn program, is utilizing your schedule. Now, I've trained at night. I've trained during the day. Back in the Cal Strength days and the Muscle Driver days and the Hassle Free days, throughout my professional career in weightlifting, we trained all day. We trained all day, every day. There was no such thing as sessions. It was just all day. These people that talk about, like, I train once a day, or, I train twice a day. I laugh at that. Some athletes think they're cool for training twice a day. Some athletes train once a day, 5-6 days a week, and they think that's enough. and I would say that's blasphemy. I smile at that as well. We trained all day. There was no such thing as sessions. We showed up to the gym at about 8 o'clock in the morning after waking up, having breakfast, sitting in the hot tub at the apartment complex, doing some laps in the pool, smoking a cigarette, actually smoking probably half a pack by then. We'd probably go through a carton of smokes every 3 days. Show up for training by 8 o'clock, and then we train till about 7 o'clock at night. And that was, 6 days a week, at times 7. And that was life. So Tim Walker's right. More is better. More is always better in weightlifting. Now, if you're asking yourself, well, how do you do that? Isn't that overtraining? Remember, there's no such thing as overtraining, just under recovery. And that's why when I always talk about how every athlete should be eating, as far as a male goes, every male out there should be eating 10,000 calories a day. I've talked a lot about the world champion Ironman that wins it every year in Hawaii. He has a YouTube video out right now going over how he eats 8,000 calories a day. This is 8,000 calories a day by a skinny Ironman athlete. Now, I say skinny not to be disrespectful. That's his sport. He's lean. He's in shape. He's a freak athlete. He's a machine. And he's putting down, the skinny distance athlete is putting down 8,000 calories a day. You as a weightlifter can hit 10. Now, we were getting well over 10. Me and Donnie and the crew back then were eating well over 10,000 calories a day. We were getting good sleep. Our entire life was dedicated to the sport of weightlifting. Okay, so I understand that some listening right now that are like me now, that are almost 40 and have a family and a full career, that's not reality. But I want you to take some of this philosophy and put it into the schedule, put it into your window, put it into pushing maybe even a little harder than you're pushing now. Understand there's no limits, okay? No matter what your circumstances are. I understand that it's relative to you, but even through relativity, there are no limits, okay? So you got to eat to recover. You got to sleep. You got to get after it. Now let's kind of rewind and go back. I digress. Let's get back to the window. So I'm at the gym. I'm pulling up about 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm walking into 24-hour fitness at 5 o'clock. I have an hour and 15 minutes. Hour and 20. Amy, how we doing? Good to see you. Frank, hey coach, Nora and I are watching. You look great. Thank you. Come on, guys. Thanks for watching. Let's go. So I got about an hour and 20 minutes to get the full program in. Now, if you know about the Attitude Nation programming, you know there's a lot of movements. There's a lot of exercises. Okay? A lot of it is the Penlay method of the question mark, right? How much can you do? Max effort. Battle your teammates. And when I say question mark is testing yourself every single day. What can you do today? Every training session is an opportunity to push yourself past your area 51, past your comfort zone, into a space that is possibly foreign to you, that might even be due to lack of expectations. Are you expecting to hit these certain numbers that you are capable of doing? Are you expecting it, or are you shocked by it? Stop being shocked. Understand there are no limitations. And so I walk in the gym by 5. I have an hour and 20 minutes to get it in. I mean, I walk by, I grab the foam roller for stretching. As I'm walking by, I check in. Hi, Brittany at the front counter. Good morning. Foam roller, boom. I'm in. I grab my bar. I grab my platform. It's so early. Thankfully, the gym I train at, nobody uses the platforms. I start stretching on the foam roller for about 3 minutes. I start doing some bar work. It takes me about a solid 10, 12 minutes to get fully warmed up before I start doing full snatches on the bar. Like full go snatches. Set, snatch, full depth, bang out a triple, bang out a set of 4, and then I put 30K on. Yes, by the way, I put 30K on. I always have put 30K on. The weightlifters that think they're macho for taking big jumps is absolutely the definition of insecurity and little man syndrome. I don't need to take big jumps to flex. My resume does that for me. My top set does that for me. The medals around my neck do that for me. What I accumulated at the end of the session, as far as adding kilos up, already does that for me. I don't need to be cool and go bar to 50K, bar to 70K. Now, if you prefer to lift like that and warm up like that, fine. But I don't need to impress you. Okay? I have my elite blue chip senior athletes, okay, who are competing at a very high nationally ranked level in this country. They go bar, 30, 40, 50, and so on in the warm-up room. People look at us funny sometimes. It's not how you get there, it's how you end. And that's key to note. So I go 12 minutes warming up, full snatches. I put on the black Alico 5s. I go 30K. And then I go 40 and I start grinding from there. Hour and 20 minutes, I get it in either before that, sometimes an hour, or sometimes I'm like 5 minutes late. I rush home. Right when I get home, I kiss my wife. She's walking out. We switch places. She goes off to work. I get the kids ready for school. Breakfast, backpacks, clothes, heart medicine for Liv, the whole kit and cadoodle, brushing teeth. I'm like super dad in the morning, right? I will say, though, the first thing I do when I get home is I kiss my wife, give her a big hug. I walk her out to the car with Levi and because usually he's up by then. We say goodbye to mommy. She takes off for work. She's a 4th grade teacher. Shout out to my wife. She's the best teacher in the whole world. And the first thing I do before I go wake up the kids, because I got a little bit of time because the kids are still sleeping. At this time, it's about 6:30, 6:40, is I drink a protein shake and I eat anything I can find quickly. If that's a PBJ, if that is just scrambling up some eggs really quick, if that's some leftover dinner, some leftover lasagna, if that is, a breakfast sandwich in the freezer, whatever I can find, I'm eating on top of the protein shake. Never allow the protein shake to complete your meal, because it's not a meal. It's a supplement to the meal. It's added on to the meal. I'll never forget when Donnie Schenkel said these young weightlifters that say they can't eat enough food is ridiculous. He took a stick of butter in the apartment complex back at Cal Strength, and he ate the entire stick of butter. And he said, that's how you eat. There's 300-400 calories right there in less than 30 seconds. I mean, if I eat 2 Quest bars, I know they're kind of spendy and they're overpriced, but if I eat 2 Quest bars, that's 400 calories in a blink of an eye. In a blink of an eye. Some email programs I put out, because I put out programs per day, because I like to know the feedback of my athletes on how they feel per day in order to write the next. How in the world do you write a month program, a 2-month program, a 3-month program? I don't like writing a week program. We have to move like water together as a team, as a unit. Every day is a battle. We go around the fireplace. We eat steak. We drink milk. We gather around. We have a meeting about the attack for the next day. We draw up that attack plan because look, the enemy's moving. Things are changing. The terrain is changing. We must then draw up the attack plan to go into the next session. Okay? I'm not one of these coaches that's going to draw up a 6-month cycle. It's the biggest pet peeve of mine in the world. Cycle. I know it sounds really nice, doesn't it? A cycle. And then just kind of like up the numbers and change a few things here and there. That's what you call by lazy coaching. That's what you call by not knowing your athletes. That's what you call by the definition of an online team. Okay, we have an online team, but the whole point of our online team is to make it not an online team. Okay, this online team is closer than any team I've ever been on in person. And you could say I'm sitting here being biased and tooting our own horn and, propping up Team Attitude Nation because I'm being biased. Okay, but I truly believe it. If I truly didn't believe it, why would I be sitting here right now? You have to believe in what you produce. Belief is where it all starts. Belief as you as an athlete, belief you as a coach, belief you as a program writer, a leader, a director, a warrior, a family man, a wife, a husband, whoever you are out there. You have to believe. You have to believe in the process, right? Coach Penley used to say it all the time. If you're on the best program in the world, but you don't believe in it, you're going to fail. If you're on the worst program in the world, but you believe in it, you're going to succeed. So I digress. I keep getting off track. Where was I? Let me read some of these comments really quick. The chat board's getting crazy. I love it. Hey, champ, looking good, brother. What's the word on Donnie Schenkel? Haven't heard from him in a good while. My wife, Donnie, just did several seminars with John. The Nostalgia Tour throughout the East Coast. Yes, thank you, babe, for answering that. Super Dad, thank you, honey. Good to hear he is well, Jessica. Myself and a few friends took a seminar at MASH Elite with John and Jared Enderton back in the day. Good times. Let's go, baby. Well, thanks for the shout out and for the love here on the chat board. BApple30. That's awesome. And everybody on the chat board kind of come on in and join in on the podcast here. So let me digress a little bit as I kind of was going off on food. But I wanted to make I digressed from food. There it was. To put a cherry on that before I get back to the window, as I can't stress this enough to you, and I stress this a lot to my athletes. Back in the day and now, and what I'm telling you now, and let me just talk about 22-year-old John North. Back in the day when we got done with training, the very first thing that we did was go eat. There was no other option. It was a mission. It was go eat. Get your protein shake in. Back then, take your creatine, take your fish oil pills, take a bunch of ibuprofen because you're in so much pain. Let's go to KFC. Let's go to Taco Bell. Let's go to McDonald's. Let's go to the Pizza Hut buffet. Oh, it's Tuesday. Let's go to Olive Garden. Quickly, all you can eat chicken Alfredo. Actually, not chicken. That's extra. Just the Alfredo, right? The noodles. Oh, shoot. Coach made food. Dave delivered food to us. We're barbecuing on the grill. Let's go. Food right away. We talked about the importance of recovering. That is a key thing. Something I see in weightlifters is weightlifters are not eating quick enough. They're eating 2-3 hours later. This is affecting not only your fuel for the next session, maybe later in the day, maybe a squat session later in the day, or even tomorrow, but it's also hindering your recovery. Okay, so that's something everybody listening right now can work on, is getting in food right away. This is how we were able to train as clean athletes all day. Now, nobody wants to talk about this. I talk about this a lot. Everyone loves Ilya. Shout out to Ilya, by the way. He commented on my post today, which was really, really, really cool. Holy smokes. That was awesome. Now, I did tag him, so he probably saw the tag. It wasn't like he was just watching my Instagram account, but the fact that he commented was amazing. So shout out to Ilya there, the GOAT. But everyone loves Ilya. But nobody wants to train like Ilya. Why is that? Isn't that an odd situation? Isn't that an interesting it's an interesting, what's the word I'm looking for? Dynamic? Why is it that in the world of weightlifting, we could love a weightlifter so much, call him the GOAT, call him the greatest ever, love all of his videos, love all of his training sessions, but nobody wants to train like Ilya Alin? Why do you think that is? You know why? It has nothing to do with you that's listening. It has everything to do with what society tells you. Maybe this is your coach, not to step on toes. Maybe it's the team you're on. I'm just going to be blunt. Or just overall society, right? Don't train that often. Don't snatch, clean, and jerk the same day. Don't train for 3 hours a day. Don't do double days. Don't train 6 days a week. Do less. Do pulls. Do this. Do that. Don't max out. Don't push max effort. You're tired. Move on. But we love Ilya. Ilya does snatch, clean, jerk all day. Ilya squats all day. Ilya pushes the max in the classic lifts all day. I love the cow strength videos. Okay. I get that a lot. I watch you guys. I love them. I love the Boom Day videos, like the new videos, you and Donnie, and that's always a great, it's a beautiful thing to hear, so thank you. But nobody wants to train like we did back in the day. Everyone loves Coach Penley, but nobody wants to do the Penley method. Something that's brought so much success to Ilya, something that's brought so much success to Coach Penley as a coach, but nobody wants to do that. Why? Again, because society is telling you less is more. Society is putting limitations on you, telling you to just hit that percentage and then just move on. Don't go above it, right? Why is that, John? Why are coaches saying, what's the point there? And to me, I think it has everything to do with just control. Certain coaches, certain people in the sport love the control. They love controlling the athlete on telling them exactly what to do, and you have to do it. It's my way or the highway. I don't want you doing anything else. If you go above the program, you're disrespecting me. If you go above the program and you're adding in a squat, you're adding in a pull session, you're going above percentage. To coaches, that seems to be, to them, it seems to be disrespectful. And that is incorrect. If I have an athlete doing that, you got to understand the program is the minimum. If I have an athlete conducting the program, but then wanting to do more, not different, but checking the box for the program and then wanting to do more, that is a sign of respect that the athlete loves the team, loves the sport, is excited for the future, wants to show me as the coach that that athlete is hungry, gritty, and determined to reach their goals for not only themselves, but for me and for the team. That is a sign of respect, not lack of respect, but a sign of respect to me as a coach. I love to see athletes smile, go for their goals. I want to see an athlete push themselves as hard as they can to reach their true potential. What is your true potential? That's really what weightlifting is. That's the mountain. That's the Mount Everest I talk about a lot, climbing the mountain. Like right now, I feel like I'm a new weightlifter because right now I'm starting to climb the mountain again. 113 snatch, 134 clean and jerk, 143 Penley. I got to push the heavy squat. I'm probably like a 175, 180 in the back squat. These are my current numbers. Now, I did a weightlifting talk podcast on Spreaker. That's still up, by the way. If you go to doweightlifting.com or go to the Spreaker weightlifting talk, it's one of the last ones, but what was that one I did? But I talked about me, how I'm getting very consistent in climbing, but I'm not consistent in staying toward the top of the mountain. Right when I get up to that 145, 170, life happens and I find myself back at the parking lot of Mount Everest, back at the beginning base camp. And I find myself then climbing again and then down and then climbing again. And so, gosh, I'm the best climber in the world. I am the grand champion. I'm more of a champion than Lasha when it comes to climbing. Nobody can climb like me. But the downfall, and I'm being honest with you and transparent with you, is that I'm not consistent at staying toward the top of the mountain. Therefore, I'm not breaking through that 150, 180 range, right? I should be, the most I've snatched in the last 4 or 5 years is 150. And the most I've clean and jerked is like 177. So that's kind of where the top of my mountain is. So why haven't I hit past that? Well, it's like I just said, I'm consistent with climbing, but I'm not consistent when I get toward the top. Now, the new goal here, as I talk to you now on the channel, is getting back up to the top of the mountain and then climbing past the peak. Getting to the top, getting on an airplane or a spaceship and going even further up to the moon. And when I get to the moon, I'll eat all the cheese. I'll eat the cheese of the moon. So as I talk to you tonight, I feel like a little kid. I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Like, I know I've been in the sport for 20 years, but I feel like I'm like 3 weeks into the sport because I have this excitement and this question mark in my head of how high can I climb? What can I lift? How far can I go up that mountain? That's exciting, and that should be exciting for you. And so for an athlete to push as hard as they can per day, Think about how much can you do per day, not just how much you could do per week, not just how much you could do per month, not just how much you can do per year, but how much can you do per day that your schedule and that your life is allowing you to do. Again, there's no such thing as overtraining, just under recovery. Make sure you're eating hard, getting good sleep, and then you're going to be totally fine. Speaking of Bud Pierce on here, we had a great podcast that's gone viral, him going over the 3 phases of being zombie numb. Zombie phase 1, zombie phase 2, and zombie phase 3. And the effects of all 3, how to bridge into each zombie effect, what each zombie effect holds. And then, of course, the benefits and the life-changing feeling of being zombie phase 3. And when you become zombie phase 3, you can then train all day, every day, and become a true machine. Let me read some of the comments, and I'm going to kind of digress and get back to kind of the window and talk about accumulating kilos and talk about attacking at a certain pace that I'm looking for you guys to do, and kind of talk about how I train now at 39 years old, as a father of 3 and a full-time coaching career, how I can get after a full session in an hour and 20 minutes. So I have a lot of people look at the program per night and say, there's no way I can get that in. No way. Now, they always do, and I'm going to talk about it in a second, but let me read some live chats here. I'll just kind of graze through them here. Bud Pierce, the fierce Bud Pierce. What's up, brother? Thanks for being on. We got men's group tonight. I'm excited for that. And me and Brian Knight are doing a Bible study on lap 2 on his channel, or I should say our channel, Cover to Cover Daily. Go over there and subscribe. We're going to be going live at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time, 30 minutes before men's group. Bud Pierce has just got Jess's message to the team. I'm at crunch right now. Come on, baby. So Bud Pierce is training right now. It's 100% about the team. I can't let them down. I love it. Totally agree, B Apple 30 says. The up and comers today just do not seem to want it as bad as the top athletes from back in the day. Maybe just an observation, but that's how I see it sometimes. Yeah, B Apple, I see it as well too. I've talked a lot about this on the Spreaker podcast on Weightlifting Talk. I'm at all the meets, and I just don't see that same ego. I don't see that same attitude. I don't see that same chip on the shoulder like we had back in the day. You could call me biased, but I mean, look, I lived it for so long, and I still do as a coach. I see it. I'm at all the A session meets, nationals, AO finals, Arnold. I'm at every session pretty much. We have one of the biggest teams in weightlifting. We have one of the most successful teams in weightlifting, especially the Masters team. We have the number 1 Masters team in the world. That is something I'm very prideful about. I love that. I love my athletes. But you're right. I just don't see that. Here's the question that an athlete should ask them. And look, the numbers, if you think I'm wrong, I'm not. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers of what athletes are. I'm not talking about the tip top handful of guys and girls. I'm talking about 98% and down. Everyone underneath them. Middle of the road lifters to the top lifters, but not the tippity top. West Kits, those cats, man, they're all good friends of mine. They're freaks, they're beasts, they're doing amazing things. But the majority of the weightlifters out there, here's the problem. And this goes to the window. I have an hour and 20 minutes. The question that I ask myself as I'm putting on my shoes before grabbing that bar is, how hard can I train in this window? It's the only question I'm asking myself. I'm not asking myself, I just need to get through this, or how long is this going to take, or I don't like this exercise, or coach programmed this and I'm not really a big fan of that, and this and that. No, how hard can I train per day? How hard can I train in this window that I have? That's the question. If you hit this percentage at 80% in, let's say, the snatch, or some sort of complex, and you're feeling hot, go up in the complex, or throw the complex to the side after you hit the program percentage and go up in the full snatch, classic snatch. Go up. Stop putting limits on yourself. Stop being chained to the program. Go up. Same thing in the CJ, same thing in the squat. You want to add an extra squat into your workout? Squat again later in the day. You want to do the workout over again? Do it again. I feel great right now. I trained for an hour and 20 minutes this morning as hard as I could. You guys can see it on Instagram right now. I trained hard. I pushed. I could easily go in the gym right now and train for 2 straight hours. I'm 39 years old. I've been doing this for 20 years. I'm pretty beat up. But my mind is sharp and my body is numb. And I know that I am capable of going past my comfort zone. So for you listening out there, stop putting limits on yourself. Attack the window that you have and give it hell. Give it the best you've got. Okay? Once the workout's done, go get your protein, go eat your food, and get ready for next session. It's truly that simple, but you must utilize the window that you have. Get off your phone. Put it on airplane mode. Use it for filming. Yes. Film your lifts. There's a huge benefit to that. It spikes the adrenaline. Obviously on Team Attitude Nation, having athletes across the United States and a few athletes around the world. Obviously, I want you on Zoom. I want you posting your videos on the team Facebook page. Obviously, I want to see you. I want you texting me your top lifts. You guys know how it works on Team Attitude Nation. So yes, have your phone, but I don't want to see you on Instagram. I don't want you on X. I don't want you on Facebook. I don't want you scrolling around looking at what other people are doing. I don't want you messing with your music, messing with your earbuds. Okay? I don't need you drinking water. What is this? What is this water these days? You know, and I know I'm kind of more coming at more of like just the general fitness people I see in these commercial gyms with their high shorts and their, you know, baggy shirts now, and they walk in and they train and they all have water jugs now. They're all drinking water. Why? What are you drinking water for? Yeah. Hi, baby.
One of the subscribers was me.
What?
One of the subscribers was me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you
Awesome. My daughter's talking to me right now. Sorry, one sec. I'm still on the podcast, though. I love you. Can I have a kiss? I love you.
Can we turn the volume
I love you.
down, but can we also,
I'm going to be done in about 7 minutes. I promise.
but can we also watch Bohemian?
In 7 minutes, I'll talk to you about that. Okay?
We get really bored.
Okay, give me just about 7 more minutes. Will you take Levi out too, baby, and shut the door? I'm in the zone here. I got 7 minutes. I'm going to finalize my point, go over some comments, and we are out of here. Thank you, Levi. I love you. All right, we'll keep going here. Oh, where was I? Chatboard, help me. Chatboard, help me. Where was I? I was making a big point here. Oh, the water. Okay, yeah. What are you drinking water for? No, it's mind-blowing. I'm going to go on a little rant right now. What in the world? But see, this is the problem with weightlifting and with just the gym rat right now, the gym warrior, if you will, the bodybuilder, the powerlifter, the weightlifter, the bodybuilder. Maybe someone that's in the gym just trying to get super fit and healthy and they're not competing. That's fine too. But the gym warrior that's in the gym, no matter what sport you're in, no matter what iron sport you're in, what you drinking water for? You ain't training. You ain't training, mother. What's the giant milk jug for of water? You ain't training. You ain't sweating. You've been on your phone half the time. You've done 4 sets. You look fine. You got your nice small shorts on and your Chuck Taylors and your cool socks, and you got your cool haircut with your earrings in, and what are we doing with the water? I've never drank water my whole life in training. I've never been in training once at Cal Strength. And Sweetie Pie, one sec, my son's up here. Hi, buddy. I love you. Where's Mama? One sec. Let me be right back. Okay. Thanks, baby. See, this is why you got to do the podcast during the day.
Water jugs.
When Levi's taking a nap. Yeah, water jugs. Yeah. So what are we doing here? Never once in my life have I been at, let's go back to the cow strike times, right? Like just brutal, right? We're 2 hours into a brutal session. We're just dying. We're giving it our best, but for the most part, we're just trying to survive. Okay? There has never been one time in my entire professional weightlifting career at the very highest of levels, lifting massive weight, training with my shirt off, sweaty, chalky, lifting with Donnie, not trying to not die. Have I ever in my career as a weightlifter on Team USA ever looked over at Donnie and said, I mean, even just thinking about this is making me laugh. It's making me smile. I've never looked over at Donnie and said, hey, Donnie, I'm really thirsty. I'm going to go get a drink of water. What the are you talking about? If I ever looked over at Donnie and said, I'm going to go get a drink of water, he would throw me out of the gym. If I looked over at Coach Penlay and said, hey, Coach, my thirst is very, what's the term? I'm quenched. I am just working so hard right now. I am quenched. I am very dried up inside. I'm going to go ahead and take time out of this session with all my teammates around me, and I'm going to go get a little bit of water so I feel better, and I'll be back. He would probably take a sponsorship away, dock me pay, have me do extra squats, and that would never happen in the first place. He wouldn't let me go. Are you kidding me? We weren't allowed to leave. We weren't allowed to just to get up in the middle of training and walk away. What world do these people think? This is the thing, is that, again, everyone loves the Cal Strength videos, but nobody knows how extreme that lifestyle is. Everyone wants to be national champion, American champion, Arnold champion, represent Team USA, Pan Am's Worlds. Everybody wants to break records and be the badass weightlifter. But guess what? Nobody wants to not drink water for, a 2-hour hell session. I had to ask to go to the bathroom, which was rare in the first place. Coach, I got to pee. Can I go pee? Hurry up, John. Make it fast. Right? Because I got other weightlifters leaning on me. I'm going tit for tat on a rhythm. Training is rhythm. This is why you can get the full session in an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and 30 minutes, an hour and 15, even an hour. If you go fast enough. Look how Ilya trains, right? Because we were going tit for tat. We found a rhythm. We'd go. There's a rhythm in training that I don't see as much anymore because everyone's on their phone. Everyone's drinking water. Everyone has water jugs now, and they're not even sweating. Now, I'm using the example of my life as someone who's training really hard, and I still didn't drink water. Now, of course, I drank water after training. I had protein after training, right? I had a Gatorade after training. I ate after training. I smoked a cigarette after training outside. Of course, I drank water throughout the day, but never in training. I didn't have a water jug next to me. And it really goes more to the point, if you think I'm being picky and too harsh right now, it just kind of goes more to the point of soft men. There's so many soft men in not just the world, but in the sport of weightlifting and just the gym world as a whole. If you really think that you need a gallon of water to train, that's a problem mentally. You're mentally weak is what you are. First of all, you're not even training hard enough to be thirsty. You're not even pushing yourself. You're not even breaking a sweat to even utilize the water. What do you have water for? If anything, if you're kind of thirsty from training hard, go over to the water fountain and have a few sips that you fucking deserve. So you don't deserve to have the gallon of water. You haven't worked for the gallon of water. What are you talking about? You haven't done enough working out to drink water. But no. You have the gallon of water So everyone sees in the gym that you're a badass. Yeah. Hardcore. I'm hardcore with my Chuck Taylors and my small shorts with a dragon on the side of my shorts. And my cutoff shirt with my gallon of water. And I guess what? Guess what else I do? Oh, here's the best one right here. You ready for this? I don't work out with shoes on. No, I'm not a peasant. Y'all are peasants. You don't know enough. I read all the articles. I have the degrees. I'm certified in this. I follow this guy and that guy. I'm a part of this guy and that guy on social media. You guys don't know how to work out. I work out with my socks on. I got no time for shoes, brother. Just socks and a big ass thing of water in case I do 3 sets in 30 minutes on my phone, and I do a set of 3 at a quarter squat, not even reaching 90. I'm going to drink some water, baby, and you're going to see me drink it. Oh, and guess what? Now I got somebody on speakerphone because I'm super, super important. I am so damn important that with the window I have to train, I'm on business calls. Yeah, I'm on business calls with really important, way more important than you, by the way, that are listening. You guys are super unimportant. I am super important because I'm on the phone talking aggressively, pacing around with no shoes on with a water jug in my left hand to my business partner about business transactions. You heard me. Okay, now let me snap out of this, and let me say this though, for those that are listening that might be mad at me. If you're training your ass off, fine, have a gallon of water. There's probably a weightlifter out there that's really good, really talented, is Attitude Nation that to the death, that maybe that's not on the team, but it's like been red circle since day one, and they're like, John, I train super hard and I have a gallon of water on me. That's fine. Look, if you're training hard and you're putting up big weights, drink water. Okay? If you're listening right now and you're like a professional bodybuilder and you're a badass and you want to train with no shoes on like Arnold, train with no shoes on. Arnold didn't train with shoes on. Arnold's the best. I'm all about training with no shoes on. I'm all about drinking a gallon of water and having liquid on you. I'm all about wearing small shorts. I train in tights. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see my point here? My point is, it's not about the stuff, it's about the person. Don't let the stuff, don't let the phone, the shoes, the water, the shorts, the phone calls, all of that, the skinny shirts, don't let all of that distract you from being the badass that you can be. Because that's the sad part when I see these weightlifters and I see these people at the gym, is that everybody can be a badass. Everybody could be a big-time lifter and reach really amazing goals they never thought were capable relative to them. Okay? Because we can't talk about genetics. We can't talk about genetics, baby. That's not allowed, by the way. You can't talk about genetics in weightlifting or sports or especially the iron world. Nope, don't talk about it. It's about the perfect program. It's about the green grass, the golden treasure box of programming, and having a perfect lifestyle, and your coach be perfectly nice to you. Oh, your coach compliments you, and you're on the secret cycle program, the 9-month cycle program. From the gold treasure box. Yes. Nobody knows about this program. Oh, and the technique that my coach teaches is just, it's magic. In the diet, I'm RP strength. Oh, yes. I have it. Nobody knows about. I have a 10% discount code to RP Strength. I'm eating healthier than you. Screw John North. He ate McDonald's coming up. F him. He's a butthead. I eat raw steak from the grassy fields of Canada. But so we can't talk about genetics. We can't talk about freaks. So that's what I mean by it's relative to you. What is your Mount Everest? What are your goals? What does the top of Mount Everest look like to you? What's the total you're chasing? How high can you climb in your life? Your athletic ability that God gave you. Your work schedule. Your family schedule. Your age. What does that look like to you? Again, it's the Penley method. Question mark. Max effort. How much can you do per day? I'm not saying don't program percentages, but that's the minimum. Never, ever, ever, ever let someone put limits on you. Do you understand that? Coach Penley never once in my entire life, Dave Spitz never once put limits on us. MASH Mafia never put limits on us. Paul Doherty, Kevin Doherty, Hassle Free, never ever put limits on us. Jackie Mall never put limits on us. Muscle Driver Daves, no limits. Donnie Schenkel, Max Ada, Ivan Avajayev, Alex Krychev, Nikolai, Martin Pashoff. I can go on, all my coaches I've had, the greatest coaches in the whole entire world I've been coached by. Not one has ever put a limit on me or my teammates. Not one. But going back to B Apple 30's comment above, that's what you see today. Because the coaches and the teams have to go to bed feeling like they're in control. They have to keep their pride spiked. They have to feel like everything the athlete does that's successful, they get credit for. Because if the athlete does everything they say, they get all the credit. Yes, the credit. The athlete does everything I say. Therefore, if they win a medal, it's mine. All I want to do is get you out of your comfort zone and push you to the moon that's made out of cheese. I want you to eat cheese on the moon. That's it. I want you to eat cheese on the moon. Moon cheese. Moon cheese. That's what I want. Moon cheese. So I'll make an Instagram meme on this. Moon cheese. Put me on the top eating it with you. That's my coaching philosophy. That's the Penley method. Anything outside of that's bullshit. Program is bullshit. Technique is bullshit. Everything else is bullshit. Cycles are bullshit. Everything in weightlifting is bullshit. Water is bullshit. If nobody's going to say it, who is? Because there's a bunch of softies out there at every single meet I go to, and the numbers are way down compared to when I lifted. So what's the difference? There is no ego. There is no chip on the shoulder. There ain't no fights in the warm-up room like I used to have back in the day with other people. There ain't no beat in the chest. There ain't no training all day. What do you think Fleming's coming back? Every weightlifter should be scared shitless right now. Every weightlifter should be out of their minds scared. How do you think a guy like Phil Sabatini was able to rack up all the medals and be at the top level for as long as he was? He's an old school cat. He understands there ain't no secret besides hard ass work. Travis Cooper, how do you think Travis Cooper's at the top so long? He's an old school cat. There ain't no secret to this. It's hard ass work. It's ego. It's chip on the shoulder. It's tapping into your emotions. When I lost a meet, Coach Penley would say every single day, if I lost a meet, Coach Penley would say, you got out-trained. You didn't get out-performed, you got out-trained. If I won a meet, he said, you trained harder than everybody else. That is weightlifting. How do you think Fleming snatched 170 in a competition? No, I'm sorry, 75, Fleming? No, 70. Right? The America F, yeah, ripping the shirt off, one of the greatest moments in sports history. in the sport of weightlifting might be the greatest besides Matthias Steiner. It goes Matthias Steiner, Jared Fleming. It goes Matthias Steiner, Jared Fleming. Now, if I really had to think about it, I don't know if Fleming might be second. That's a massive compliment, but maybe definitely top 5. But right now, off the top of my head, I'm thinking Matthias Steiner, obviously. Okay, Ilya 246. Okay. Who would not have Matthias Steiner at number 1? Please. And then, yeah, Jared Fleming hitting 170, slammed the bar, America F yeah, rips the shirt off, celebration, wins the gold medal. Are you kidding me? Jared Fleming is the GOAT. Jared Fleming is a legend. And I was had the great honor of battling him for so long. But that man is a mean motherfucker. I'm not being mean. He's the nicest guy in the world. But when it comes to weightlifting, when it comes to UFC fighting, you want to talk about a killer? You want to talk about a monster? You want to talk about a chip on the shoulder, Godzilla beating his chest, King Kong, mother effer? Jared Fleming, a guy that will outwork anybody listening right now or anybody in the weightlifting community in American weightlifting that's clean. This man will outwork everybody in America. Jared Fleming, and he's on his way coming back. I have not talked to Fleming since his comeback. The last time I talked to Fleming was at a meet like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. So this is not like me like propping up my boy. Like, he's my boy, but I haven't even talked to Fleming in a long time. I'm just spitting truth right now. The reason why every weightlifter should be scared shitless right now is because Fleming is a killer. He's a killer. He's a killer. Do you understand that? Let me tell you something. Back in the day, I was a killer. Schenker was a killer. Phil Sabatini was a killer. Kendrick Ferris was a killer. I could go on. Oh, John's just stuck in the past. No, I see all of it. I'm at every meet still. I see what's going on. There ain't no more killers out there for the most part, besides a few top cats. Fleming trains hard, and that's why he's got the victories. Let me read some. I'm so far off right now. I have no idea what I'm even talking about at this point. And to think I was like insecure before lighting this up. I kind of like this video style. Hey John, it's Zach from Chicago here. I still live by what you told me back in the day. There's no such thing as overtraining. There's only such thing as under recovery. Amen. I love it, Zach. Thank you. Water jugs. My wife, water, went for a caravan. There you go. Michael Richards, what's up, brother? Nice job today in training. Red Circle Mafia. Not sure if it's just me, but I'm only getting you in one side of my headphones. Is that normal for everybody? Chatboard, talk to me. The video makes it 100% better. Gabe, or Ben, thank you. Great job today. Having you on the team is just awesome. Awesome. I can't tell you enough. Amy says, I agree. If you lift with Attitude Nation, you need more than a jug of water to survive. There you go. B Apple is back. He said, brown eyes before a session is all you need, baby. Come on, brother. Let's go. I love it. Coffee emojis. Greg Doucette. Oh, yeah, Greg. I love it. Kevin Sloan, new person. How many sessions a week are programmed in the weightlifting club? Great question. We do 6 sessions. 6 sessions. Sunday off. Great question. But there's 6. Many athletes do many more than that, though. That is the minimum. That's what I want from you. I want you to check those boxes, and if you want to do more, then do more. Again, my goal is to get you to the cheese moon so we can eat cheese together. Okay? It's not a control thing. It's not anything like that. B Apple says that they gotta want it, baby. Gotta train insane, baby. Justin Mayer. Hey, beautiful rant. Oh, I appreciate it. You know, to put a cherry on my rant, it's just I want you guys training hard, and like I was saying, I was saying that everybody can do more, including myself. And I just want you guys to push yourself, and I want you to be mentally tough. You know, and that takes getting out of your comfort zone. It takes not only pushing yourself, but pushing your team. You got to rely on your team. Bud Pierce was on here earlier. He's training right now at Crunch Fitness. You got to rely on your team. If you find athletes to battle with, if you have people that'll hold you accountable, if you battling people with numbers and just shooting the shit and going tit for tat with different athletes on your team, that's going to spike training big time. Get off your phone, focus and train. To go all the way back to the very beginning of the podcast, talking about the window. I've gotten way off track, but just utilize the window that you have. I know that sounds cheesy and corny, but it's true. Turn the phone off. Focus in. Stop taking so much rest. This is all what I was going to say like an hour ago. This is how sidetracked I got, that it took me an hour away and now I'm back giving my main point here. Stop resting so long. Okay? We do EMOMs on Team Attitude Nation from time to time because that's a massive Penlay method philosophy is EMOMs. We love them. A good team challenge too, and put some prizes out there and everyone's battling and who has no misses, and they're just fun. Don't forget that weightlifting needs to be fun. If it's not, then stop doing it. But too many people are serious. You got to be a little crazy. Almost every session should be close to an EMOM. To be dead honest with you, like find that rhythm. I mean, I always tell people you should not be resting any longer than a minute 45. After I drop weight, no matter how heavy it is, I'm resting about a minute 20, minute 45 at the most. If I have to put my knee wraps on for some CJs, if I have to eat a little candy, maybe drink some of my energy drinks. I will have an energy drink there like halfway through the session. Not water. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, it's fine. Even me saying no more than 2 minutes is shocking to some people, let alone a minute 30, minute 40. Speed up the recovery time, get in that zone. And that's why you see a lot of people pop off with PRs on EMOMs. You're like, how is that possible? Because you got into a certain rhythm, you got into a certain zone, and you just went. It's the mind, baby. The mind is capable of way more than you're giving it credit for. We are powerful. You could do more than what you're doing now. Trust me. And the only way to figure that out is to experience it by doing it. Stop putting limits on yourself. Get out of your comfort zone. Push a little harder than you already doing. Make sure you eat, make sure you sleep, and utilize the session. Okay? Find a rhythm with your training partner. Tit for tat. Small talk is okay, but very little of it. Keep it weightlifting specific. Do not get sidetracked on something. Most of the time, keep it silent. Please stop with the music. Okay? Stop bothering with the music and just keep your head down and go. Stop. Music is fine, but if you rely on it for comfort, that's a problem. Donnie Schenkel always talks about you should be suffering, motherfucker. I want you suffering. I want you in pain. I want you in discomfort. I want you struggling. I want you in the suck. Weightlifters these days, and this should be a whole different podcast. I'm just rambling now. I got to go. I'm so late for dinner. My wife's getting upset. So many weightlifters out there are looking for comfortable training. They want to, this thing, I've heard a weightlifter say once, they want to feel better in training. What? What does that mean? Shoot, you're going to get me on a rant right now. Dang you guys on the chat board. You guys should be telling me to shut this thing down. Looking to feel good, looking for comfort. What does this mean? This is worse than the person with the gallon water jug. This is the worse than the person that pulls up to the supermarket in the delivery parking. No, can I tell you guys something? Can I honestly tell you? Who's still with me real quick? I promise you, I'm going to get off in 2 minutes. I promise. I have to. But this is fun, by the way. I could do this for like 9 hours. Can I tell everybody here something? I'm going to end the podcast with this. Can I just get like a wave on the chat real quick to see you still with me? Because I have news to break to you. I have something to tell you. But this is important. This wraps up my entire podcast. I'm going to tell you right now because there's probably a delay. Still here, brother. Thank you, Michael Richards. Okay. This is not, okay. I'm just going to tell you this right now. This might be shocking to you, but I'm going to be the one that tells you this. So you heard it from me first because I'm here for you. There are men. I'm not talking about women. I'm not coming at women here. In my opinion, women doing this is totally fine. It's just not. I'm going to talk about men. Men. There are men, yes, dudes, head of the family, warriors, men who are literally born, they're made to protect their wives and their kids. Men that are made to protect their family. Literally why they're made is to protect their family and then go get food, to go hunt. That go to a grocery store, again, men, and they park in a special place by the front door, right by the front. Right by the front door. A special place for them where they park in their car. And they have somebody go grocery shopping for them. You heard it first, live on air. So what the man does is he parks in the front in a special parking space. And what's the first thing he does? Of course, he gets on social media. What else is there to do? And he sits in his car. And he scrolls Facebook. And he scrolls Instagram. And goes to YouTube. I mean, I could say he's checking his email. Oh, yeah, that would sound good, right? Oh, yeah, I'm checking my email. I'm checking my email, baby. I'm on the business call. I'm on the phone with my boss. He drives a red Ferrari. I'm in a pyramid scheme. Yeah. No. He's on social media. Let's be real. He's on X. He's watching YouTube. And he has, and I've seen this before too, he has a high school girl. 19, 18, 17 at HEB. Fred Meyer, whatever grocery store you're talking about. She's going through the aisles shopping for him, a man, shopping for him. And then he doesn't meet her at the door and say, oh, I got it, and help her with all the groceries and, you know, and walk her out to the car. And no. He stays in the car. This man stays in the car. And then the 17-year-old girl with the big cart of groceries comes out that's getting paid like $10 an hour, is strolling it up. You know, cars are swinging by her and she's pushing it. Oh, a bag fell out and she's got to pick up the bag. Oh, there's yogurt everywhere. She's got to pick up the yogurt, put it back in the bag. It's hot. It's humid. You know, and the man's in the car and he's on Instagram. Grown man. And she brings out, what does he do? He's already got the back opened. Oh, you've seen this move? Yeah, he's got the back of the car already popped open. It's already popped. It's like a Pringles can. It's like, just, here I am. Put your hand in here. It's a little secret door in his secret parking spot. And he has that so there's no communication, right? He doesn't have to talk to her. He doesn't have to say, ma'am, thank you. I don't know how you talk to somebody when you have no testicles, though. Like when you're just when you're making a 17-year-old go grocery shopping for you and then put all the groceries in your own car, not say a word to her, then she shuts the back of the car and walks in the store. Now, if you think I'm lying, I'm not. This is a true story. This happens on a daily basis. People bring food out to a man in his car, put the food in the car. There's no interaction because it's all done on the app. Yeah, I have apps on my phone. She loads up the car, or he, doesn't matter. It's still complete bullshit. But I'm just painting a picture of the female because in most cases that's what it is. And the 17-year-old high school girl loads the man's groceries in the car, and then she walks back in. And then guess what he does? He goes home. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is 2024. That is society that we live in now. Every single time I go to the grocery store, Michael Richards knows this because I post on the page a lot. Dr. Paul, my wife, will tell you on the chat board here. I think Amy, when she was visiting, saw me do this. Every single time I go to the grocery store, I park in those spots. I park in those special spots for those so-called men. And guess what I do? I go inside and shop with my kids. I go inside with my wife and my kids, and we have the best time ever. Or I just go in, and if I have to run in for myself really quick, I go in and I experience life. I buy my own groceries. I say hello to the checkout person, and I'm nice. I interact with humans. I'm not on my phone. And then I go back out to the car with my own legs and hands, and I put my groceries in the car, and I go home because I'm well able, because I'm a man. I'm able to do it. God made me to protect and provide for my family, so I'm going to go grocery shopping. I can do that. Also with the family, though, we go and we have a great time, right? Because you only live once. You only live once on planet Earth. Why not have a great time everywhere you go, all the time? Why not enjoy life, even when life is tough? I understand life is tough, but why don't you enjoy it? That'd be nice. And so I park in those parking spots, just maybe that they're all full, and then somebody with their kids in their car. Here's my goal. They go, oh darn, all the special spots are taken. Let's just go in. That's what I think in my head. And then the dad says, come on, family. Let's not just sit in the car on our phones and our tablets and our switches. Let's go into the grocery store and snake the aisles and go load it up and have fun and laugh and experience life and be a family. Get off the screens. Let's go do that, guys, because this John North guy is in my parking spot. That is why I always park in the digital weak men parking spots, for that hope that somebody will go in with their family. And that is the whole point of this podcast. That's the whole point of Weightlifting Talk since 2012, is the point of the parking spots. It's to yell loud enough into this mic since 2012 to now, to yell loud enough into YouTube to say that this past drug addict, this crackhead nobody, this room 2 Ritalin, failing in school, failing in life, nobody in back of a crack house with a criminal record, with no future, that this young kid with a chip on his shoulder, if I can do it and train my ass off, you can too. If I can get to the top of my mountain, you can too. If I can get to the cheesy moon, you can too. So go out there and do it. Go out there and stop putting limits on yourself. And that is what I've been yelling at since 2012 on Blog Talk, then Weightlifting Talk, for the past 20 years. Go out there, man. Love your life or change it. Train your ass off. Eat food. Love life. Sleep hard. Say no to drugs and alcohol. Quit trying to please people. Quit living for the world. Quit living for Egypt. You can do it. That's it. Go inside the grocery store. Train hard. And that's all I got. I got to get out of here. Thank you guys so much. This has been fun, I have to admit. I'm liking this new model. This is actually kind of cool. I like this. I don't know what it is, but I'm warming up to this whole YouTube podcast situation. Definitely going to be doing more. Team Attitude Nation, love you to death. If you're not on the team and you'd love to, give me a call. I'm going to put my phone number out here, 336-608-9899. That's my phone number. Text me, call me. If you want to join the team, we'll get you on the team Facebook page. We'll get you on the Zoom room with the link, get you on the email chain, introduce you to the whole squad, and I'd love to be your coach. It's that simple. Go to doweightlifting.com. That's the website, or just text me. We can talk, have a little meeting beforehand, and would love it. But to my team, nice work, everybody. Holy smokes, just a fire day, and I look forward to tomorrow. Hopefully my rants resonated with you guys, and just my overall topics and conversation help in the sport of weightlifting, okay? Understanding that this podcast is all just my own life and experience. There's other ways to skin a cat, okay? There's other ways to get to the top of the mountain. I understand that. Just don't forget, what you're getting out of this podcast is simply just my life experience and influences. It's not the only way. So just like I say, don't chain yourself to a program. Don't chain yourself to this philosophy completely. I mean, I'd love you to 100%, but understand it's just a way out of many. It's like when I go to a seminar and I teach technique. Do I believe in this technique? Yes. Is it the best technique? Yes. Has it worked for me and my athletes? Yes. But it's a way out of many. Do not forget that. Okay? Life is a melting pot, and so is weightlifting. I love you all. See you guys back. God bless.